Hello, hello, it's Wessel here, and thanks for joining me as I continue on my adventures in SnowRunner on hard mode. And today we're up to day 19 here in Austria, and we are moving along well. I don't want to be too preemptive, but I reckon we're probably going to get around day 33 here. So by my calculation, we're probably well over halfway now. And today, here we are at, I'll get it in a minute, wait with me, wait. Here we are at Foothills, and we're going to head up, might as well go all the way up. I've got a whole lot of stuff on here. Oh yes, that's right, goodness me, I don't even know what I'm doing. Rightio, now I know what I'm doing. We've got a whole lot of stuff on here, and we're not going to do ready, set, sow, but we are going to do the farming in, what's it called, Foothills. So we're going to be going up to Foothills, and we're going to do some farming up there. Now we ended the day yesterday by opening up the gateway through the port, and I thought that would cost us $750 each time, but I am not so sure about that now. I may be mistaken. So at some stage I'm going to just hop through the port gateway and see how much it costs, because if it's free, then obviously that gives us a really nice entry point into the middle of the Foothills map, and similarly a nice return entry point back into Unterfeld, particularly if we need to get fuel, because obviously it's going to be right there or just around the corner. And even if we need metal beams and metal rolls, we'll be able to come up and get them from here and take them back through the port. Now, I am not 100% sure, and I have not tested it yet, but I have a sneaky suspicion that unlike everywhere else, it could well be that we can get through for free. So that'll be nice. But we'll check that out later on. Today's focus is going to be all about getting the Futom 7290RA. Let's just call it the Futom from here on. And I may occasionally mispronounce it and call it a futon, and we can all go and sleep on it. But anyway, let's try not to do that too much. So I'm hoping to do the all work and no play contract, and possibly the helping around the farm contract. But we'll just sort of see how we go. We're also going to try and preempt a little bit of the still outstanding tasks. Sure, take all that stuff through. Interesting. So it's not complaining, but it's noting that we're bringing through the trailer and the other bibs and bobs, which is interesting in itself. Okay, so we're going to head in. We're going to go to the soybean farm where we already have parked the Ankatra. We'll skip over that scene. So I'll just go to the map. So we're going to head over here, and it's probably going to be easiest to literally turn off and come across that way. I think that'll be the go. So I'll change from ready, set, sow, and we'll switch over to all work and no play. So as you can see, we need to take 2 fertilizers and 1 wooden plank to the, whatever it is, to the barn. Right. So let's do that. 2 fertilizers and 1 wooden plank. I think we've got 2 fertilizers in the back. So what I might do is just sort of manipulate the cargo so that I empty the trailer, and I'll leave these guys on the truck, or at least the fertilizer. If I can get there without tipping it off. So we're going this way just to avoid the crumbly road a bit further on. Now we've already repaired and refuelled the Futom, so we should be fine to for when we come to that part of the contract, that will simply just tick itself over and we won't have to actually go over there again and touch the tractor. Oh, lovely. That was a nice bump just to get that fertilizer back into the middle of the tray. So we're going to head up here, and before I drop the cargo off, I'm going to detach, unpack the front one, reattach, deliver the fertilizer. Right, so we'll unattach, we'll unpack, we'll reattach. So that means that the trailer is still packed, but the truck is not packed. We'll then do cargo and deliver the 2 fertilizer out of the trailer. We'll then have to manipulate this a little because otherwise it'll be overloaded. So we'll grab that guy off and just hold on to him for a minute. Pack it. Put him back on. Deliver the wooden plank. That completes the stage. We'll pack, unpack and pack our, whatever that is, stuff, and then just sort of get out of the way. Right, so now we have to cultivate the field. So we've got our little Ankatra here and the cultivator, so this shouldn't take very long. Rightio, let's go and do some cultivating. Stop going everywhere. Right, follow that. That's better. We should be right to dig around here. Down the middle of the field and then sort of do the field in 2 halves so that we can keep turning nice and easily. Thanks Roll Cage TV for pointing that out. My mate Roll Cage TV, who does Twitch I think, but maybe a little bit of YouTube as well, but certainly Twitch. Check him out, he's got a channel, he's a nice guy. Yeah, he laughed at my first attempts at farming back in the Glades, where I had no idea how to manage a field, and said maybe it would be better to run down the middle, etc., etc. So, very helpful comment, and something I've adopted ever since. It just makes these turns that much easier, whereas if you do like I did, which basically was sort of go round the field in ever decreasing circles, eventually the last few turns are just so tight it's a real pain. Whereas cultivating, or even using any field, doing it this way, you pretty much have a constant radius each time you come to a turn. So I'm sure some farming person identified that about 500 years ago, but you know, it took me a few sessions before I worked it out. But we're good now. We've got a couple more rows to run and then we're pretty much done. Watch out, Mr. Scarecrow, you're in big trouble. One dead scarecrow. Should be pretty right by the end of this run. There we go. Alright, so we've completed that. Now we're not going to need, oh yes we are, we're going to need this cultivator. We're not going to need this cultivator. Yes we are. Argue with yourself. We are going to need this cultivator because we've got to take it over to the other field. So let's just leave it there for now. Detach it and grab the blue cedar, which I'm pretty sure is just around here somewhere. You may have to find it. Oop, no, that's not it, that's the cultivator. So, yeah, there he is. You can see the blue cedar sort of hiding over there at about 11 o'clock. Let's make it 12 o'clock by doing that. Anyway, so roughly 10 o'clock. Behind the barn, anyway. Let's go and get it. I'm going to go and get it. Get that cedar. I've got kind of used to this little guy now. Can't say I like him, but you kind of get used to him. And he does an alright job. But we'll get his bigger brother shortly. Alright, so there we are with a cedar. So let's try and turn so we can run down this side. Or let's just run down the middle. Let's just run down the middle. I couldn't get back to there. So we'll go down the middle, which is about there. Very scientific decision on the middle. It's about there. Seed this one, and that should then finish this contract. Then we'll be able to go and get the Futom, have a sleep, take it over to the other field, which I think is for potatoes. Not sure now what we're going to be planting over there, but I think this one's meant to be soybeans. I think. Kind of running off the field. I could be a bit more on the field than that. Sort of seeding the grass as well. It's the only trick when you do this down the middle first. You've got to remember which side you actually need to run down next. Otherwise I'd do the wrong side and then end up wondering why I'd only done half the field. Pretty good now. Let's get our lead down this way. Come on, turn a bit more on that. Oh wow, we didn't seed any of that. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if it thought we were so far off the field that it just didn't seed. Oh, yeah. Might have to come back and do that bit. We might get away with it for our 100%. They're fairly lenient with just how much of the field it needs. We'll see. We might find we're just a tad short on. I'm sure also a real farmer wouldn't run over the crop when he's seeding. I reckon a real farmer would run off the end of the farm, end of the field, sorry, and rejoin. So let's see if we can do that this time. I'm going to be a real farmer this time. So you go down this way, and I reckon you'd do this, because otherwise you end up That way you end up crashing into that hay bale. But yeah, otherwise you'd end up running over your own crop all the time, and that I don't think would be very good. We're doing pretty well. Do that thing, come off the end, over this way. Hardly any down here missing, so this one probably won't give us a whole lot. We're virtually seeded to the edge of the field. I'll come back and do around the middle, or up the middle I should say. Our original middle wasn't quite in the middle, it was a bit more on one side. We've got one line to run, which we'll just have to fiddle with. So my central guessing wasn't a very good guess. Oh, 99%. So if I'd done that first row properly, I think we would have been fine. Got the seeder then, and in fact that completes that contract for work and no play, because we had already refueled and repaired the Futom earlier on. So yay for us, we've completed it. So if I look over here, I now have a refueled and repaired Futom. So let's bring that over. And I think we might just go the same way we came with the PLAD. We'll come across the field rather than trying to get past the crumbly road, because this one's quite a bit bigger than the little Ankatra. This is a proper tractor, so I'm hoping it's going to be a bit quicker to do the farming work with it too. And it's also got a much bigger fuel tank. So we're going to take it over and pick up the Cultivator. I'm kind of jumping the gun, aren't I? You don't know what I'm doing. The next thing will be helping around the farm. That's the next contract. So as soon as I get to the Cultivator, I'll stop and show you that. Without crashing into everything. So we've got a cultivator, there it is. Nice. We'll stop there. So our task that I want to do is helping around the farm. So in this case, there's a farm not that far away. So we're going to come down here and we're going to cultivate the field, seed the field, and then deliver to fertilizer to the farm warehouse, which is there. So that's pretty good. So let's take this guy's already got heaps of fuel, so I'm fairly happy that he'll be okay. So we'll take the cultivator over there so we can cultivate the field. And then we'll get the Ankatra to come over with the seeder. Now, which way do I go here? Oh, that way, yeah, definitely. So I need to go that way, across the bridge. Neither that way, or probably that way. Okay. So we go this way. Feeling pretty comfortable taking these tractors this way. It'll use a little bit of fuel, but with the wheel size that these things have got, particularly this one, I'm fairly happy that we'll just toddle over there without any trouble. Interesting turning process on these guys. We'll come over here and then take a photo, probably when I'm seeding the field, so I can see everyone. Now which way do I go? Left. Probably should have marked it out, shouldn't I? That would have been more sensible. And I wouldn't have to keep checking. I can come down here and then go across the beach. Looks a bit rocky and steep that side. I don't know that I like that so much. What's that look like? It almost just comes straight through there. That would be nice, but it might just be a bit too woody, too treey. Give it a go. We can probably do it with this one because the cultivator keeps its arms in very tight, so we don't have a lot of width. Don't know that I'll be able to do it with a seeder though, because it keeps its arms much wider. So we'll just hopefully save a little bit of time by coming through this way. Or maybe not. It's very... Oh, I can get through there. Okay, can I go backwards? Needed to miss that tree, unfortunately. Come on, you can do it. That's the way. Push, use your wheels. That's the way. Just need to get around this tree. I'll just go back a little bit further. Around this tree, that'd be good. I made it so hard for myself. Let's see if we can just winch. Whoops. Drag ourselves over if we've got a big tree that way. Of course not. Nothing big that way. There's a very big tree there. I don't know why I can't winch from that one. That's a little tree. That won't work. This might just cross over. Or to do. So now we should be able to get through the inside of that tree. Yeah, this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. To the point where I think I'm really doing it the hard way. And shouldn't have done this. It would have been much better to just go straight round and follow the path. But I thought we might be able to get through. So close. Just caught on that tree there. So once again, a little bit of right angle. Get away from that tree. Right, fine, be like that. Doing it the hard way. Continuing to do it the hard way because, you know, anyone could do it the easy way. Right, so now the trailer is very much stuck. So we're just going to drag it right around here. Oops, not there. Right around there. And trailer, around you come. Try and get it so it comes back and around away from that other tree. That'll do. Now we're caught. Just trying to force our way out here. So at least we got through. So that was a really silly way to do it. Do not do that way again. But, you know, you've got to try these things sometimes. So we can cultivate, cultivate the rocks. We can cultivate the field. So we're off. So we can cultivate this field, then we'll bring the little Ankatra over. Not going to get too fussed about doing it properly. We'll just do it. And then we've virtually finished doing farming for the region, which we could. And we've still got to seed the potato field or the soybean field, whichever one it was, back in Foothills. But that's the last one we have to do. We won't get the scarecrow, but the cultivator will. So he's a cultivated scarecrow. Just falling off the field now. So I don't know that this tractor is actually going that much quicker, better or stronger than the little Ankatra. It probably is a fraction, but boy, not exactly just chomping its way along. Particularly when it sort of gets half on, half off the field. likes to just spin up the wheels a bit. It's virtually got us to the edge, so once again I haven't quite got the centre of the field very well. We'll be pretty close by the time we ride them back a few more times. Just need to pick one more row or so closer to the middle. So I was a bit off with my guesstimate of the middle. Oh, no, don't do that. You don't want the trailer to go tighter than you are, because you'll then run over. We'll just sort of back as tight as we can and then straighten up. Still have one more little run to go. We'll harvest some sunflowers on the way, because it might be worth something. Get over there, I tell you. We left a little bit here, so we'll pick that up on our way. And then we'll have one more run down the middle. We've got 98. So that happily finishes the cultivating of this field. I'm not actually sure the best place to leave this, so I might just put it somewhere where it's out of the way but not too bad. Just tuck it in there. It's a road to come on now, so I don't want to leave it on the road. That'll get in the way. Right. So let's now I might actually hop back to the PLAD. I'm going to hop back to the PLAD. No, not go there. I'm going to go to the PLAD. And while we're here, I'm just going to do a slight side mission. I want to get back up into the town, but I'm not sure if I can sneak up through there. Let's see if we can sneak up. Doesn't look very nice for sneaking. Looks very rocky. Whoa, huge ditch. Definitely not going up there. Come back this way, and then we'll head up to the town, because I want to pick up some service spare parts for later on. We don't need them now, but while we're here, it's not going to hurt if we go a little bit out of our way. I can't remember where the town warehouse is here, but I think it might be down that little path there. We can get to it the right way around this way. And we need to pick up some service spare parts for the at capacity task. So while we're up here at this neck of the woods, we'll get that. And I want to get 2 service spare parts that I will pop into the trailer. So let's go right around here, nice and tight. Detach the trailer. Near enough. Service spare part. I don't have any left. There aren't any here. Oh, that's a pity. I would have liked to have had some here, but there aren't any. So my cunning plan to get 2 service spare parts from here is thwarted. Poop. I will have to find out where I can get some service spare parts from. I don't know. Okay, well, we'll head back out of here. That is really squeezy for this truck. Knock down this little canopy by just going past it. Okay, so that was a bit wasted coming in here. But I do want to get some service spare parts if I can. We might have to do that later, which could be annoying actually. Alright, back to the field. Back to the field because we need to do helping around the farm. Just stomp all over his crops. Come over here to our little Ankatra. Pull up and give him a bit of fuel. Trunk repairs to the Ankatra. Rightio. Alright, so now we'll take the Ankatra pretty much the same way that we took the Futom and head over to the farm where we can then seed the field. I won't be trying to go through that little bunch of trees this time. This is a bit harder for the little tractor than it was for the big one. Should be okay to pull through here. And then we'll be able to go and seed the field. I have to do a little bit of homework as to where I can get service spare parts, because I need that to then finish the at capacity task, which opens up the service hub over in the southeast corner of this map. So it's following the same path we took with the other tractor, just doing it a bit slower. This time we will not be trying to take a shortcut through that field. Instead we'll go around. So that was just dreadful. this way will obviously be a little bit further, but it'll be a lot easier than getting caught behind trees and stuck in things and generally made a mess of. So I'll just crawl along through this mud and then maybe just go straight up there, I think, before we get to a really nasty ridge. Might even go up this side. What a good little tractor. Just come around before that tree. Perfect. There you go. Looks good. And that's about where we would have popped out if we tried to cut through the wooded bit. Right, so again, let's miss that tree. Try and guess where half the field is. And if I remember, I messed it up by being too close to this side, didn't I? So let's go too close to there. We'll go on there. Right, so we're seeding the field. Actually, when I come around this side near the other tractor, I'll take a photo. Hopefully, we are to get a bit of an action shot of seeding the field and the other tractor in the... we won't get the other tractor into it very much by the looks of it. It's hiding behind those trees. We might be able to get it somewhere there. Okay, all good, all good. So, photo done. Continue on seeding. So once we've finished seeding the field, then we need to deliver to fertilizer to the warehouse. And that'll be this task done, which is very good. Then I have to do that little bit of homework to find out where I can get some service spare parts from, and I'm hoping that it's not way over the other side of the Foothills map, which it could well be. I know I can get the vehicle spare parts from the northern farm in Foothills, but I don't think I can get service spare parts there. And the annoying thing is I need one. Oh well. So I'm pretty sure there's two here at the warehouse I'm just about to drop my fertilizer at. Now we're going 77%. So hopefully we'll do one more run the middle-ish and then one down the outside edge. It should be pretty right. Stop it. Overcorrecting. So I was pretty close to the middle by the time I finally got there. And we should have one more run down the outside edge, and that should take us to our 100%. And then that will be the last thing that this little tractor needs to do. It'll be done for the region. Steady. Just don't want to fall off the edge of the field again and find that I'm not seeding anything. And there we go. 100%. Stage completed. So again, we'll pull off here. Detach that guy. Head back to them. Now, while I'm here, let's just see if we can find anything. I don't think it's going to tell us, so I'm going to have to just search for it. All right, so let's look at all the spots we have. So very quickly, we've got the Western Farm. What have you got? Consumable fertilizer, wooden planks, hay bales. We've got the farm warehouse. You don't have anything. Oh, okay. You may get something shortly. The commercial warehouse. Fuel, metal vans, small pipes, metal rolls and cargo containers. The ferry. Ferry is useless. The reservoir has water. The flooded farm has consumables and some wooden planks. Gas station, no. There it is. The farm warehouse. So that one has 2 service spare parts. Well, that's good. 2 fuel and 3 vehicle spare parts. I know them. Special water. Nope. Potatoes. Logs. Cabin area where you drop a cabin. Town warehouse. Cement and package sand. So I've obviously already picked up the service spare parts there. 2 service spare parts. Right, so he does have 2 there, but I kind of need them. Okay. All right, let's hop back into the PLAD. So there's obviously no service spare parts just lying around here for me to grab. I'm going to have to specifically get the missing one. I can either get it from that warehouse down the south there that I just looked at, which will be most annoying, or I'll have to get it in Winterfell. So that might mean the cat comes across, the CT680. Yeah, that's okay. You know, it is what it is. We can't make them come out thin air. So if we don't have them, we don't have them. So much as I would have liked to have loaded up 2 service spare parts there, I can't. So now, this guy is actually in a slightly different spot to the others, but not different from this perspective. So we're going to go across the bridge, just like we did with the tractors. But then instead of heading left to go around to get to the field, we're going to go right, which will take us up to the warehouse. I'll load up some stuff for some later contracts there too. So it could well be that we have to do a very quick run down to the where it is, the warehouse down in the south, just to get that metal service spare part. Because once we do open up the service hub, then we can get more service spare parts from there. So let's come in here and drop off our 2 fertilizer that we brought in. And there's helping around the farm. Good job. Soybean crop has doubled compared to our last harvest. So take your 9,500 credits and be happy. That's me. Thank you muchly. Alright, so here now I'm going to do a bit of loading up. So let's try and see if we can turn around and make this sensible. We'll probably come up. It's probably going to be more sensible to have disconnected the trailer. PLAD is not known for its turning circle. It's not a bad turning circle for a truck this big, but yeah, it is a big truck. Where's that trailer? Yeah, it's about the right spot. It's a little bit far away, but it should do. Squeeze back in there, just. A bit of Austin Powers. We're nearly there. That's a bit of a stretch to him, but I think the crane will get that far. Okay, so what do I want to do? I had expected to have 2 service spare parts in that trailer, but I don't. I don't have any. So I'll put 2 service spare parts into that trailer. See, the whole point, because I need 3 service spare parts, 3 service spare parts fits really easily into this trailer. Oh, gee, that is a stretch, isn't it? Just, there we go. Mate, about as far away as it can reach, though. So we'll put the 2 service spare parts into there. And then we need some fuel and vehicle spare parts. I might just overload the truck rather than try and be clever with the trailer. Yes, I was hoping to have had 3 service spare parts in there. Would have been very nice. They would have stacked in there very well, but we can't. So I need 2 fuel and 1 vehicle spare part. So the fuel can stack on top of each other. And the vehicle spare part can be behind it. Pack that. Oh, there's not much point, is there? No, there's absolutely no point packing it, because I'm going to have to attach the trailer and pack that first, or maybe I just won't bother packing anything. I don't even want this. Why did I pick that one up? Oh boy. Let's put that down over here. I don't think I'm going to need it. Just in case. Put him down up there. Oh, he's going to fall off there, isn't he? He's not quite far enough forward. Fine. Oh, he makes it. That was lucky. Gravity's the thing. Right, I don't want vehicle spare parts. I want fuel. We'll take it while I've got it, I suppose. Oh, I don't know, that wasn't the idea. It's way overloaded the truck. Everything's bad. I'm sure we'll find a use for it eventually. Get in there. So hopefully we won't chuck this all out everywhere. So we're going to bring this lot back, because we need this for a whole bunch of different things. But while we're here, you sort of think, well, if I'm going to be here, I might as well get the cargo. So we'll take this all back and I'm going to offload it all at the roundabout, because that's a heck of a lot more central and easy to get to than this warehouse. No, I actually want to go that way. It'll make it easier. So just backwards a little bit through there. How bad is that angle for a truck that's basically overloaded? Doesn't look too bad. So we'll go through here and head up and we'll come back across and join the main road. And we go down to the intersection and offload everything. So it's gradually getting light too, I just realised. So we must be coming close to the end of the day. Well, today was good in that it meant that we finished farming here in Foothills, and we've only got one more farming task to do in roundabout. So that gets us a fair way through with farming. Got to be happy about that. Hopefully we'll be able to get through this bit without dropping our cargo. Get to the intersection. We can offload it for now. And it's sort of going to come back the same way, back to where we were. So I know it's silly, but it is what it is. So I'll put this on the outside of the roundabout here, offload everything. So we've got things for a whole bunch of different tasks here. So there's a task called Open Season, which needs a vehicle spare part, which is what this is, and a consumable, which we don't have any of yet. We've got at capacity that needs, I don't know what. I'm going to put this vehicle spare part on top. This one's sort of a bit not needed at the moment, so we might come back and get him later. We've got our vehicle spare parts. Oh, they're fuel, aren't they? So there's 2 fuel. That's a vehicle spare part. I have to try and remember what they are, otherwise when I come to pick them up later it'll be like, And then in the back we've got the service spare parts. At least they look different. And I think vehicle spare parts have a little picture of an engine or a truck on the side of them or something to differentiate them from consumables that look pretty much identical. Should be able to drag these guys out of here. Put them down there. And then we're pretty well done for the day, I think. So happily making our own little mini warehouse here. with vehicle spare parts, service spare parts and fuel. Restore. So if I look at the tasks, so what I'm trying to do is I've got shock tourism, which needs vehicle spare parts, fuel and one consumable. I haven't got the consumable yet, but that's a vehicle spare part and a fuel. We've got firewood for the hermit, which needs another consumable, so 2 consumables. And we've got open season, which needs a vehicle spare part and consumable. And then on top of that, so you can see I still need consumables. On top of that, I want at capacity, which needs 3 vehicle spare parts, a wooden plank, and a fuel. Okay. I thought it needed service spare parts. Well, there you are. That just shows how little I know. Wow, I am sure. Okay, so something might have changed. That's fine. It needs vehicle spare parts, not service spare parts. Okay. Fine. Be like that. That's all right. So I need some consumables and I need 1 more vehicle spare part. So I'm going to go back there and get that last one. Okay. And I need a curtain side trailer, which is up here somewhere, not far from that open season task. So, yes, we'll head up here and do this open season task and then pick up the curtain side trailer, which is right there. Yeah, good. Okay, we might even use the earth roamer to do that bit. Fine. Anyway, that's all tomorrow. So a little bit disorganised there. We need more vehicle spare parts and we don't need service spare parts. I'm sure that's changed from when I looked at it before, but hey, it's probably me just not knowing what I'm doing. Otherwise though, that's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed. It's been a fun day. I'm pleased with that. We've done well. We completed the 2 contracts that I really wanted to finish, which was helping around the farm and all work and no play. So we've got those 2 done. So tomorrow we should be pretty good to pick up the open season and hopefully at capacity. That would be good. Anyway, we will see how we go. It's all good fun and we'll get there when we do. But that's it for now. So thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed and hopefully you'll join me again tomorrow as we keep on pushing on. That's it for now though. Bye-bye.